It has just been revealed how phone manufacturers create their new products. They place glass, CPUs, and blocks of aluminum in an empty heated room and close the door. They come back a few months later, open the door, and there is a new, fully functional product that's ready to be sold to the masses. Let's reconnect the truth. This will be a short video. It is not meant to be some deep theological, philosophical debate where a flood of information is given trying to prove one theory over the other. There are hundreds of videos out there that show professors debating in this manner, and honestly, it never gets anywhere, because one side will use their book to prove that the other person's book is wrong. So we're going to set the Bible and the textbooks aside and look at the question from a common sense and logical point of view. And the reason why we're looking at it this way is because logic and common sense is the only non-biased way that we can approach the topic. So there are two main theories about how everything was created. The Big Bang Theory and the belief that God created everything, otherwise known as creationism. In short, the Big Bang Theory believes that essential elements and tremendous heat resulted in the universe being created. So, at the start, I gave a quick example, and I'm sure that you're smart enough to have immediately known that what I said about how phone manufacturers create their products was impossible. But if the Big Bang Theory is true, why couldn't new products be created this way? After all, a phone is nowhere near as complex as the universe and the human race, so it should be easy, right? Well, we know that this is not the case, and that it takes someone to design and manufacture a phone, which is what a creationist believes. That it is not just some random gathering of elements that spontaneously create something, but that it is designed and put together by a creator. See, every human on earth agrees that everything has had some type of creator. The clothes we buy, the cars we drive, and so forth, except when it comes to the creation of the universe. That is when the idea is born that everything just kind of shows up. Well, what's interesting is that the Big Bang theorists will say that believing that God created the universe is nonsense and is based on faith. Well, wait a minute, saying that there's a God and that He created everything is not merely faith-based. It is also based on fact, in the sense that we see creations that have a creator every day. We have what is called observable proof. This building had a creator and these walls had a creator. Everything you see around you at some point had someone that thought it up and made it. Whereas the Big Bang Theory believes that a creation does not need a creator, that something can simply come about from nothing, which has never been observed. So technically it actually requires more faith to believe in the Big Bang Theory than to believe in God. Now, according to Webster's dictionary, the definition of faith is a firm belief in something in which there is no proof. The definition of religion is a system of beliefs held to with adder and faith. So by definition, the Big Bang Theory is actually a faith-based religion. So where are all the separation of church and state people at on this one? Well, you see, this religion doesn't mention God, so it's okay, and because it's the only thing that they can come up with when it comes to how are we created that doesn't involve God. Now, some may say that it's a stretch to call the Big Bang Theory a faith-based religion. Actually, it's not, and I can prove it, but for the sake of time, I won't dig into it in this video. Now, just my 2 cents, it's clear that it requires more faith to believe in the Big Bang Theory than it does to believe in God. So what I find interesting is people will remove prayer and other faith-based activities that relate to God, but they will require students to study and accept the Big Bang Theory, which, as we learned, is faith-based, that is simply disguising itself as a scientific theory. Now, if you want my personal opinion, some people don't want to admit that there's a God, so they create a theory that supports their view that God doesn't exist, and they call it science. And they call anyone that doesn't agree with their theory uneducated, even though their theory is completely unproven and has never been observed. But again, that's just my opinion. So I have a challenge for every teacher and professor that teaches that the Big Bang Theory is undeniably true. When it comes time for your student to turn in their homework assignment or test, you should accept any student's work that all they turn in is a blank piece of paper and a pencil, and you should give them an A. They have given you all the essential elements to complete the assignment minus a creator. And since you don't believe that a creator is required to create the complexity of the universe, there thus should not be required a creator to create the simple assignment. They are simply practicing the theory that you claim to be true. Now, I'm a firm believer that you should decide what you believe and not just listen to what someone else says and take their word for it. So if you're still undecided if the Big Bang Theory is true or if God created everything, here's a simple test. Here's a math equation. Now, do you think the answer, and in this case 4, was solved and written by me? Or do you think that I placed a piece of paper and pen together, and over time the two elements came together and solved and wrote the total? A creationist believes that I solved and wrote the answer. A Big Bang theorist believes that the pen and paper solved and wrote the answer. Which do you believe?